Hello and welcome to today's edition of Tutorial Tuesday. We will be going over Microsoft Word as part of the Office 2019 suite. When you first open Word, you will be presented with this screen where you can choose to either open a blank document or choose one of the templates they have for you. To go over the basics in this tutorial, we're just going to start by double-clicking on Blank Document. And from here, we'll go over the layout. Let's start by looking at the Quick Access toolbar in the top left corner of the window. The first button you see is to save a file. When you click that, you can choose where to save your file. And it gives you the option to name it. And then click Save. Next over, you have the Undo button. If I were to type out something, I could simply hit Undo. And you may hit this multiple times. Also, you'll see a down arrow next to it where you can go back as far as you want to for everything that you have done up to this point. After you use the undo action, next to it will be a redo action. Indicated by a right pointing arrow. After you type or do an action such as pasting something, you now get the option to repeat that action. Next over, we have a customized quick access toolbar option where you can pick and choose which buttons will show up here at the top. This may make it so it will look like what it used to look like back in older versions of Office. So please do this if you feel more comfortable viewing it this way. Now let's go over the ribbon, where you'll find access to most of your commonly used tasks and commands. These are categorized by the tabs up here at the top, and underneath you will see everything that is listed within that tab. If you don't like the look of the ribbon, you may click this arrow pointing up for the options to either auto hide it, only show the tabs, or you can then click on the tab to choose what you want, and then after you click back into your document it goes away, or choose to have the tabs and commands show up at all times. Let's start by looking at the File tab. The Info tab gives you some basic information and things you can do with the document that we don't really have to worry about in this tutorial. Clicking on New will allow you to either open up a new blank document or choose from one of the templates. If you choose to do this, your second, or third in my case, window opens up. You will see down here in your taskbar how I now have two Word documents open at the same time. You can toggle back between them by hovering and clicking on the one that you want to be active at the time. If you've already saved your document, you simply click on Save, and it saves your document. By default, Word will save your document once every 10 minutes. However, if you make changes to that document and your computer turns off for some reason, like let's say a power outage, you will lose everything you've done since the last time you saved. So please make sure to always manually save your document as you're working on it if you just got through doing something really important or tedious that you don't want to have to do all over again. If you haven't saved your document yet, you need to choose Save As, and then choose where you would want to save your document. If you click on Browse, it will bring up a window where you can choose anywhere on your computer. I'll choose my documents, and you can name it. And then click Save. The Print tab gives you all of your print choices. From the printer list, your default will be selected automatically. If that's not the printer you want to choose, click on the arrow and choose the one you would like, and then click Print. You also have the ability to share this document. The Export tab allows you to create a PDF. This is something that is commonly used. Some people require a PDF, and if you create your document and save it as a .docx file, sometimes that's not accepted. And if they need it to be in PDF format, this is how you would do that. Simply click on PDF and save it to where you want. By default, it goes to the same folder where the original document is saved, and then you may click Publish. Another and maybe easier way to save to PDF is from the printer list to simply choose Microsoft Print to PDF. After you hit Print, type in your name and click Save. To showcase what some of the other things from the ribbon can do, I've pasted some text about text editors from Wikipedia. The first item in the Home tab is your Paste button. Simply clicking on Paste will bring up a menu that will look like this, and you can choose which to choose from here. You have the Keep Source Formatting, which means that any difference in text color, bold, italicized, anything like that will stay from what you are copying. If you only want the text, which is what I have done, you will choose Keep Text Only. Another cool feature to note is by clicking on this arrow pointing diagonally down to the right from your clipboard, and this will show you all the things that you've copied recently in this list. You can just pick and choose which one you want. It makes it really easy to go back to several options of the things that you've copied recently. Next over, you have the font options. I'll go ahead and highlight some text here to showcase what some of these things do. Obviously, by choosing your different fonts, we'll change your highlighted text to that, as well as the size. You can make things bold, italicized, underlined if you'd like, as well as change the color. Just as with the Paste option, underneath font you have another button here that you can click on to get a lot more options. And this is the same for all categories within your ribbon. This gives you more to choose from. It's more laid out. Some people may prefer this if you need to really get specific with things. If you've made a lot of changes and you decided you want to go back to just plain text again, keep your text highlighted and click the button that says Clear All Formatting. Looks like a pencil eraser, and it will go back to just the plain text. Next over, you have your paragraph options. And next over, you have styles. I'll just hover over these quickly to show you the differences between some of them. In editing, you'll find the Find button. You can search for anything in here. and it will quickly find the exact word or partial word of what you're looking for. Replace will give you the option to look for a word or part of a word and replace it with something else. Now let's check out the Insert tab. A cover page will allow you to have a cover page that will make it look very professional, or if you need to do a report. Inserting a blank page may be useful to break apart from your cover page to your actual document. And then you have a page break, will allow you to create a new page at any point. You can easily insert a table by choosing the grid size that you would like. And then within each cell, you can type in what you need. You may insert a picture from somewhere on your computer, or an online picture, or you can search for anything. The Smart Art option will let you pick and choose something of a different category. It allows you to enter in text . There are all types of charts to choose from. And it brings up a box that looks like it's from Microsoft Excel, because it actually is, it just doesn't say it. And you input your information within this box, and it will reflect in the graph that shows up. If you need to insert a website, you would use the link button. The text to display would be whatever you want to show up as, and then in the address is the actual website itself. They do not have to be the same thing. Next over, you have your header and footer, as well as page number options. In the text section, you may choose to add a text box if you need to have some text secluded or to stand out from everything else. Another handy feature is to use word art. With your highlighted text, you may pick and choose what you would like, and it will change to that. Your date and time can be something handy to use. Choose the format that you would like and hit OK. And if you are making a document that requires signatures, please use the signature line options. If you have the need to insert a unique symbol, you may click on this, and they have several options for you, but if you click more symbols, you'll get a lot more choices. This is useful for currency and things like copyright, registered trademark logos. The Design tab will allow you to choose different themes. It will give you a preview of what each one will look like. You can pick and choose the one that best suits your needs. You can also tweak the colors and fonts if you would like. The Layout tab is something that's commonly used, most often for its margins. This gives you a quick and easy way to show you what you're using right now. You can pick and choose from the list right here, or click on Custom to create your own. Orientation will allow you to go from portrait to landscape. And you can choose the size paper that you want to simulate. Columns will allow you to have as many columns as you'd like. 3 would be more than enough for one piece of paper. And you can choose to have that to go to the left or right side. Sometimes you may have requirements for indentation and spacing, and this is where you can adjust those. Some documents or types of papers require you to have a table of contents and endnotes and footnotes, and you would do those in the References tab. On the Mailings tab, you can choose your envelope, where you can type out your to and from, or you can create labels. The Review tab is pretty handy as well. Your spelling and grammar will do a thorough overview of everything that it finds. As you're typing, you may notice some red squiggly lines underneath your text, which would indicate a spelling or grammar mistake. You may also double-click any word and choose Thesaurus to choose an alternative. If you have a document that has to be a certain number of words, you may choose word count. You can also choose to have the document read to you with the read aloud speech option. This is just an overview of the layout of Microsoft Word. In the next tutorial, I will be going over some real-world examples. Thanks for watching.